Hey everyone, before we start today, I want to share something with you that genuinely stopped me in my tracks when I read it yesterday morning. A post from one of the most respected automotive journalists in Scandinavia. A man who has driven every significant European sports car of the last 30 years posted a single sentence in a private automotive forum that has since been shared over 6,000 times across every major car community on the internet. The sentence was this: "I have driven Porsches, Ferraris, and Aston Martins. The 2026 Volvo P1800 Cyan in metallic deep white made every single one of them feel like they were trying too hard." 6,000 shares from a man who has seen everything and is impressed by almost nothing. That single sentence is why we are here today. That single sentence is why the entire global automotive enthusiast community is paying very close attention to what Volvo and Cyan Racing have built together for 2026. So stay with me, because what I am about to show you and tell you is something that I genuinely believe will change the way you think about what a sports car can be and what a sports car can make you feel. Now I need to give you some context, because the Volvo P1800 story is one of the most extraordinary and most underappreciated stories in the entire history of the sports car. When the original P1800 was introduced in 1961, it arrived in a world full of Italian sports cars that wore their beauty loudly and German sports cars that wore their engineering proudly. The P1800 was neither of those things. It was Swedish. And Swedish meant something very specific and very particular: a beauty that was confident without being loud, an engineering integrity that was honest without being cold, and a character that was warm and personal and completely genuine in a way that the more celebrated cars of its era frequently were not. Roger Moore drove one in the Saint for 5 full television seasons, not because it was the fastest car available or the most expensive, but because it was simply the most effortlessly, naturally, completely right car for a character defined by style and intelligence and a certain quiet assurance. The P1800 was beloved, and when it left production, it left the kind of absence that only the most genuinely irreplaceable things create. And in 2026, Volvo and Cyan Racing have brought it back, in metallic deep white, with Swedish blue leather inside. And what they have built is something that the automotive world was not prepared for and is not yet finished reacting to. Cyan Racing's involvement in this revival is the detail that changes everything about how you understand this car, and this is the curiosity gap that nobody in the mainstream press has adequately explained. Cyan Racing are not simply a performance tuning company. They are the most decorated Swedish touring car racing organization in history. They are the people who took the Volvo S60 and made it the most dominant car in the World Touring Car Championship. They understand Volvo engineering at a molecular level. They understand what Volvo chassis and Volvo bodies are capable of when pushed beyond their comfort zones by people with genuine expertise and genuine passion. And they have taken that understanding, all of it, and poured it into the 2026 P1800 Cyan. The result is a car that is simultaneously the most faithful and the most completely realized interpretation of the P1800 philosophy that has ever existed. That is the social proof that matters above everything else. And it should tell you immediately that this is not a nostalgic exercise. This is a serious sports car built by serious people who happen to also have an extraordinary sense of beauty. So let us begin the walk around, because the exterior of the 2026 Volvo P1800 Cyan in metallic deep white is one of the most quietly spectacular automotive sights currently available anywhere in the world. The body is long and low and beautifully proportioned, with that classic P1800 character wide at the front fenders, tapering gracefully toward the tail, with a roofline that flows back in this perfectly controlled, perfectly elegant arc that is one of the most beautiful rooflines in sports car history. And in metallic deep white, a finish of extraordinary purity and depth that is neither cold nor sterile, but warm and luminous and almost organic in its quality. Those proportions achieve a perfection that the original P1800 always promised, and the 2006 Cyan finally delivers completely and without compromise. The front of the 2026 P1800 Cyan is elegant and precise in a way that is completely and characteristically Swedish. The grille is slim and beautifully detailed, sitting low in the front fascia with a confidence and a restraint that speaks to genuine design intelligence rather than design effort. The headlights are round and clear and mounted in beautifully detailed housings that reference the original P1800 directly and lovingly. The chrome work across the front is present and dutiful. The grille surround, the bumper, the headlight bezels, all of it adding richness and period-correct character to the metallic deep white body without ever tipping into excess. In metallic deep white, the front of this car has this extraordinary quality of looking simultaneously like something for 1961 and something from a future that nobody else has reached yet. It is timeless in the truest and most complete sense of that word. And approaching you on a winding Swedish road in early morning light, it is simply one of the most beautiful automotive sights of the modern era. Moving around the sides, and this is where the metallic deep white finish reveals its most complete and most extraordinary character on this particular body. The P1800's body sides are a masterclass in restrained sculptural beauty, long and clean with this subtle, gentle shaping that catches light in the most understated and most beautiful way. In metallic deep white, every surface tells a slightly different story depending on the light source and the angle. Sometimes almost silver, sometimes warm cream, sometimes pure brilliant white, creating this alive, shifting quality that makes the car endlessly interesting to look at from every position. The chrome side trim running along the lower body adds the perfect note of period-correct richness. The wire-spoke wheels and polished chrome against the metallic deep white body are simply spectacular. And the overall side profile, that extraordinary roofline, those perfect proportions, that clean and confident body, is one of the most completely satisfying automotive views available in 2026. You can look at this profile for a very long time and find it more beautiful each time you look. The rear of the 2026 P1800 Cyan in metallic deep white brings the entire extraordinary composition to its most elegant conclusion. The tail fin's subtle and precise and completely period-correct frame. The rear of the car with a sophistication and a confidence that is unlike anything else in the current sports car world. The round taillights sit in beautifully detailed housings at each rear corner. The chrome bumper treatment is generous and elegant. The P100 script lettering on the trunk lid is precise and perfectly proportioned. And in metallic deep white, under any lighting condition, the rear of this car is simply one of the most beautiful automotive views of 2026. People who see this car driving away from them are going to stop. They're going to stand completely still, and they are going to feel something genuine and something lasting. Now let us step inside, and I want to tell you exactly why I chose Swedish Blue leather for this car. Because this choice is not arbitrary, and it is not simply aesthetic. Swedish Blue leather inside a metallic deep white P1800 Cyan is the most Nordic, the most authentically Scandinavian, the most completely right interior combination for this specific car in its specific cultural and historical context. Sweden's design tradition has always been defined by a relationship between cool, clean whites and the deep, clear blues of Scandinavian skies and water. That relationship is embedded in Swedish design culture at every level in architecture, in furniture, in fashion, and in the greatest Swedish automobiles. Putting Swedish Blue leather inside a metallic deep white P1800 Cyan is not a design decision. It is a cultural statement. And it is the most powerful and most completely beautiful cultural statement that this interior could possibly make. The moment you lower yourself into that cockpit, and the P1800 cockpit is intimate and perfectly proportioned in a way that no other sports car quite replicates. You are surrounded by Swedish Blue, leather of extraordinary quality and character. The seats are beautifully shaped in the classic Scandinavian tradition, supportive and precise, without being aggressive or harsh, comfortable enough for long journeys without ever becoming soft or disconnected. The Swedish Blue leather has a depth and a richness that responds to the light coming through those beautifully proportioned windows in the most extraordinary way. Bright and clear in direct light, deep and mysterious in shade, warm and intimate in the low light of early morning or late evening. The contrast stitching ivory white thread on Swedish Blue leather ties the interior palette directly to the metallic deep white exterior in a connection that feels inevitable and completely right. The dashboard is a masterwork of Scandinavian simplicity, clean and horizontal, with large, clear instruments directly in front of the driver, a wood veneer inlay adding warmth across the face, chrome details on the instruments, surrounds and controls adding precision and period character. The three-spoke steering wheel is wrapped in Swedish Blue leather with an ivory stitched rim that feels absolutely perfect in the hand. Everything in this interior is exactly where it should be and exactly what it should be. Nothing more. nothing less. And the overall atmosphere, Swedish blue leather in every direction, metallic deep white bodywork visible through those beautiful windows. The feeling of being held by a car that was designed around the specific joy of the person sitting in it is something that no photograph and no description can fully communicate. It has to be experienced. And the people who experience it are not going to want to leave. The powertrain for the 2026 Volvo P1800 Cyan is a naturally aspirated 2.0-liter four-cylinder unit, developed with direct Cyan Racing involvement, producing approximately 420 horsepower in a body that weighs less than 1,100 kilograms. Those numbers require a moment of consideration. 420 horsepower, 1,100 kilograms, in a body this beautiful. The 0 to 60 time expected is approximately 3.8 seconds. The top speed is expected to exceed 180 miles per hour, but the performance story of the P1800 Cyan has never been about numbers, it has been about feel, about the quality of the connection between the driver and the machine. And Cyan Racing's involvement guarantees that the feel of the 2026 P1800 Cyan is going to be something that no performance specification can adequately capture. Pricing is expected to start between $185,000 and $210,000, positioning the P1800 Cyan as a genuine collector sports car of the highest order. Production will be strictly limited to approximately 300 units annually. The metallic deep white with Swedish blue leather specification is already generating the most interest of any configuration from the global collector community. The window to secure exactly this car is open right now. It will not stay open. The people who understand what this car is are already at their dealers. Do not be the person who waited. The P1800 Cyan is back. Metallic deep white and breathtaking outside. Swedish blue leather and completely extraordinary inside. 420 horsepower and 1,100 kilograms of the most beautiful sports car body in the world. This is the most pure, the most honest, and the most completely extraordinary sports car coming in 2026. Drop everything in the comments right now. Thumbs up if this moved you. Subscribe and hit the bell. I will see you in the next one, everybody. Take care.